Okay, so you are very much welcome to another wonderful edition of State of Play. Today, you can join this conversation with the hashtag State of Play. We are teaching the president how to do something. Reshuffle. As you can see, we have done reshuffle here. Jojo is joining me, Akable is joining me. We have removed the ones for different reasons. Some may say incompetence at this, may say other things, but clearly, you can see that the new gentlemen, I hope you are doing well. Tonight, we have a single duty. It's not even night, right? It's in the afternoon. We have a single duty. Our responsibility is to assess President Akufo-Addo's fight against Galamsey, not corruption. We'll come to corruption in the future, but Galamsey. The man said he will put his presidency on the line and fight Galamsey. Nkrumah used to say something a long time ago, no matter whose ox is God, when he was talking about how he was going to fight corruption. But the president of this republic said his presidency, the man is left with barely 2 years to go. The Galamsey, how far have we fought it? We'll also be joined by Erastus. Erastus is always in the bush fighting Galamsey. I mean, I think Erastus has fought Galamsey far more than government itself has fought Galamsey in this country. That's your verdict. That's the beginning of the commentary I'm making on this one. But for a president who had right from the beginning insisted that I will not let this be, no matter what happens. And just like, no, this week, we're talking about how the revolving, and there's a funny happening in this country nowadays. Whenever we, the people, report that there's Galamsey happening, the people who said that they will put drones on the water bodies and check them every day will now sit in a helicopter and go and check whether the thing is really happening. Then they'll go and take pictures around and say, oh, next week we'll finish it. So that's how we are now fighting our Galamsey. First, we tried to use Navy, it didn't work. We put together a policy called MMIP, Multilateral Mining Improvement Plan.
That's a very big...
Yes. They launched the document. Later on, we went to Kumasi and spoke to to the people that all of you gathered here. Half of you can help us fix the Galamsey problem if you want to do it. We did 2 forums, spent huge amount of money. Some are quoting huge, some in parliament, but that's not the substantive point. And yet, beyond all the spendings, we still today are fighting Galamsey. The most painful part is that you might think it's not important to you. Those of you, my very good self, who have no concession in any corner, have no champagne, cannot buy excavator, or have not stolen any excavator because none is messing around me. We are the people who are also contributing to the cleaning of our water bodies because the Ghana Water Company says the cost of treating the water body because of Galamsey and other things have gone up. So even if you are not part of Galamsey, even if a direct water body close to you is not being tampered with or destroyed, you're also paying for it. Gentlemen, let me start with Jojo. Your views on this.
You know, there's one thing that I do. I'm in love with the president. I sleep with his sound bites. Mm-hmm. So I usually play his videos, his speeches, and then I just wake up because I have a duty to track him. So I always track all the things that he's been saying. You know, he said, oh, well, I'm willing to put my presidency on the line. He said, oh, well, I'm serious about fighting Galamsey. I am very serious about fighting. I will end Galamsey. Even, I remember, I actually took a very long list of the things that he said. He said, oh, well, I've put together 200 soldiers to fight Galamsey. He said, oh, I'm serious about...
They are still there. The operation was called Vanguard.
Initially, yes.
Okay, interesting.
And then he said, oh, government will end Galamsey. That's a recent one. That was June said. He said, oh, this year. He said, oh, government will end Galamsey. And he said this at the presidency. And I've been listening to him several times, but every time I go around the country, gathering stories, the white voter, which is now the red voter. Not because the name has changed, because the color of the water has changed. Nothing is happening. I went to Junkofe and Chechere, that particular area, where they say, oh, well, girls should not cross the river because the gods will kill them. But people were mining in that same river.
So they're not more concerned about menstruation, getting into the blood getting into the water, than the kind of cyanide and the things they are pouring into the water. That was more important to them than women merely crossing, not that they will actually get into the water anyway.
Yeah. Now we say that, they say water is life, but that thing has changed because seriously, that water that we have is not life. Mercury, we have a lot of mercury, we have all those things in it, and the government is really not doing anything. You know, when you have a girlfriend or you have a wife and every day you keep telling your wife, I love you, and then I'll do this for you, I'll do this, and you don't do it.
And don't show evidence.
You don't show evidence. What happens? Now they don't believe you anymore. It moves to acrimony, hatred, and now that is exactly how I feel about the president. Now the feeling, anytime I hear the president talking about Galamsey, talking about the fact that I'll end Galamsey. I am serious about Galamsey. I just wonder, like, really, why? Like, is there no one around the president advising him and telling him that we are tired of everything that he's been saying? We just want clean water. You know, when you go to South Africa, Cape Town, it's not through fault of theirs. There's shortage of water. People rely on just 13 gallons of water a day. That means you shower for like 9 seconds. I mean, water to clean
9
yourself.
seconds.
9 seconds. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Because I mean, you can't afford to be bathing by heart like how you've been bathing, and then watering your flowers and washing your car. People in Cape Town, they can't do that, and it's not. It is how the environment is. Now we are in Ghana. We have a lot of water. Our environment gives us a lot of water. All the rivers all around us. What are we doing? We are rather we are killing the water. We are polluting the water, and no one really cares about it. And then the next minute, I mean, the president will come and say, "Oh, I will do something." We are cutting all the trees, and next time, Abu Janapo will come and tell us, "Oh, we have to plant more trees." It's like we are just investing in things that we don't have to invest in, and it makes me wonder whether indeed this government is serious. Because I've been following up on all the promises. You know, I do join this tracker where I listen to all the promises of the president. I think maybe next 2 weeks I'm coming up with the Galamsey edition of Join this tracker, where I'm going to put this thing, a remix of everything that the president has said about Galamsey. At the end of the day, we don't see anything. The water, the pollution still continues, and nothing seems to happen. And I feel that, on a very serious note, the president should stop. I don't want to hear the president say anything about Galamsey. He should just fix the problem. Because we can't have someone, I mean, remixing, talking about things. It's as if someone comes to him, gives him a script, and let me say something to the people.
Is it the president or the ministers he puts in charge of it? Is he, because ideally the president will not be the one going around and checking that the water bodies are in the right state? Is it that he who has failed in this area, or the people who is mandated to do the work who have failed?
When you go to Rwanda, Kagame says one. I remember very well when he said, "Oh, no one should be building waterways and then marshy areas," because he said, "Well, this is where the environment generates itself, clean air, and all those things." Many people decided to, some very funny people, relatives even decided to do that. He cleared all those people. All the people were fired. All the people were sacked. Because he wanted to make sure that something happens. It is not enough for the president to say that, well, I want to fight Galamsey, and then sit back, and then nothing happens. And then all of a sudden they come up and say, oh, well, we have arrested some people, we have seized excavators, and then the very next minute all the excavators are gone, are missing. And then he would come and say that, well, until I have very concrete evidence of my people, no one should say that my people are corrupt. You know, that is the problem.
Will it be fair to government if we say they are not doing anything, Blay? Because we have seen this government put together teams, military teams, deployed some of them. We have seen the government put together documents on how to fight Galamsey. We have seen the government do community mining as an alternative livelihood alternative for the people who were previously in Galamsey. We have seen the government say that we have deployed drones. We have actually brought in Navy police, yes, and also, or is it Marine police? Yes, Marine police, who are going to monitor our water bodies and ensure that these activities are not happening. Is it we who are too stubborn and we are not willing to stop this dastardly act, or the government is not matching their words with real action as they are not showing working?
I mean, I think the government has basically been pretending to fight Galamsey, and that's the best way to put it. And the challenge now is that we've actually caused financial loss to the state. And I say that because we've organized programs, conferences. We've used taxpayers' money to organize those programs. We've again used taxpayers' money to pretend to develop some program to solve something. We've used taxpayers' money to send people around once a while pretending to be solving a problem. But it persists. The only reason Nana Akufo-Addo is president of Ghana as it stands today is because we, the citizens, we failed to demand clear timelines or what he meant when he said he was putting his presidency on the line.
That's true.
Because if we had asked him, Chairman, what do you mean? And he had said that, okay, I mean that if Galamsey does not end, mind you, he said he's going to end it. He said the pollution of the water bodies, the destruction of the forest reserve, he's going to end it. It has to end. And he's putting his presidency on the line. If we had asked him, if it doesn't end after 4 years, what happens to you? And he said, I'll resign. He would have resigned by now.
Let's come now, Donko.
We saw what happened in that particular instance. Because it is clear that it is happening. And it has become a vehicle, a problematic vehicle that we've seen corruption in there. This is facts. We've seen a case where we've had excavators that have been seized.
Yeah.
This is not mobile phone.
In the state's custody.
It's not mobile phone.
Huge machines.
Pencil or
Huge machines, yeah.
Excavators that we are told that have gone missing. It's clear. And I listened to the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, George Mekuduka, saying that I don't understand why citizens are doing this. And this is someone who saw a video that showed, we are told 2,000 people were mining on the river Ofin.
Yeah.
And now sees the video and goes, like Raymond said, with soldiers to the place.
No,
he waits till everybody has reported it.
We are told that.
And claims that now he's going to fight it when everybody has left the place.
And we are told that more than 800 equipment were destroyed. And I was asking how many people were arrested. They couldn't pick up anyone.
That's an important point.
So you are saying that 800 mining equipment from nowhere appeared on the water bodies. District monitoring officers,
yes,
regional monitoring officers,
yes,
national officers, Operation Halt 2, Operation Vanguard, all the fanciful names. It took a video, amateur video going viral for us to send the soldiers to the bush again pretending that what
we are not going to renew the fight.
I listened to him, man.
Yes,
there's no difference between the minister and me, because see, I'm here, what am I doing? I'm lamenting. That's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was lamenting, saying that recalcitrant people, I mean,
except that you're not paid as much as he's paid to do the same work. But let me bring in Erastus. One of the people that you would respect for consistently leading this fight and getting to the people, going on these water bodies and actually risking his life to do this work is Erastus. Erastus joins us via Zoom. Erastus, because you've been on the ground and yeah, unlike many of us, you see it like a daily thing and you engage the people consistently. Why are we unable to not only sustain but win the fight against Galamsey?
That's a very not that you are not putting it up in your brain. It racks your brain because you want to put your mind to a lot of things. In fact, I will sum up as lack of will, not political will alone, lack of will. Whoever you put out there to go and fight illegal mining goes and he or she wants to make money. The system in there is corrupting, it is addictive, it is full of cash, and whoever goes in there wants to make money, including the members of the military who are down there. In fact, the kind of stories we hear on the ground, you know, the allegations of bribery, the selective justice of which side to visit, which side not to visit, is rather confusing when you find out that they went to one particular Galamsey site. Some few meters away, there's another site which is polluting water, but it is left untouched. And so you ask yourself, was that place special? Did they not know about it? Or they just decided that that area is a no-go area? So let's turn our back.
So you're saying that they are discriminating in the fight, even where to visit. They choose whichever site they want to visit.
Yes, exactly. There is selective justice. If you go to Achuma and Wabieja, for example, and Achuma Punua, in fact, we went to a particular Galamsey site at Enyinamso number 1. The people there were being forced to sell their cocoa farms. When we did the story, Operation Halt came to another site, just about a mile from where we went. They bent excavators and all that at that place. But they failed to go to the site where we even did the story. And until now, they forced many of the farmers to go and sell their cocoa farms. And it's been happening all around. So you ask yourself, what kind of criteria do they use? Similarly, we went to Samreboy. The people who are polluting the river there, you have Akonta Mining. Akonta Mining, you know, is owned by Chemaun to me. And if you look at the footage and you look at the boundaries of where they are mining and how directly linked it is to the Tano River and how polluted the river is. There are 4 other sites who are sitting in the Tano River with huge excavated materials, digging deep into the river and making it highly polluted. The Operation Halt, or some soldiers from the 4BN in there, went to the place. Now, if you back, they are back equipment and they are working. So you keep asking yourself, what criteria do they use? Is it that there is a lack of will? Or is it that sometimes I ask myself whether maybe we are the people who are not thinking well, they are the right thinking people, because common sense will tell you that if I find somebody sitting in the river here, I just fly a drone and I can get all the other people who are lined up on that particular river. But then they go to this place, they leave them to work, and then they leave the place. And the people are back there working with heavy moving equipment, which you can hear miles away within the forest. And so there is that lack of will, there is that greed, there is that wickedness in people's hearts that, well, I'm supposed to fight this, but I also have to make money.
I'll come to you, but I need to read some of the comments that's coming up. I'm on the Joy 997. You can join us on Facebook on the Joy 997 page. Jojo, if you're on Joy News, to maybe share some of the comments with us. Kudiabo Gracious says, the best opinionated political afternoon show you can find in town. The Galamsey fight has been lost for political expediency. 9 seconds, dear. Ade, my guy, this one, you exaggerate. It's to you. You, Jojo, you said that about the of course, you can respond. On State of Play, you can match them boot for boot. It's not what they call it. Very much correct on the basis of those things. Now, the government's propaganda deal is in a propaganda deal with illegal mining within our natural resources. Now, Isaac James Alote says, when Honorable John Peter Megu was there, things were going well. But they saw he's doing a good work, therefore they have to change him and bring somebody they can control. That's Isaac James Alote. Jack Kwesi Kanga says, I'm watching you live from Deminga Computer Services. Pristia, they do Galamsey them more than any other place in this country. From Pristia Kota. Bartholomew Kuteyi Chirapanga says, how can Galamsey stop when the so-called community mining is being taken over by a political elite? And Galamsey stop is corrupt agenda. Now, this one said the poor are simply being robbed. Citizen Achu says, Galam stop is what we need. Now, okay, yeah, we started something like that, right?
Yes, yeah.
We started a point to this country.
So we have Galam stop. You mentioned
one of the biggest problems in this country is Toganieren.
Yep, and I mean that has been a challenge. And in all of these things, if you remember when we really started, it was with the Environment Ministry.
Yeah.
Then after the excavators got messy, we moved it to lands.
Yeah.
We've changed ministers at both sides and everything.
Interministerial
task force against illegal mining, which was dissolved eventually.
Yes.
It was dissolved
because there were accusations made against the people at the core, from secretary through to the leadership.
Yeah.
The party Hieska
and the party Hieska. Yes.
I mean, how that is even possible? And how could any country foresee that if the people at the top of the fight
but my problem
were being accused of massive corruption?
Now is that it's better for us to admit that, look, we have lost the fight, so we are going to allow Galamsey to go on, than to pretend we are fighting it. Because what happens is that we are using money that we don't have to fuel vehicles and pretend once in a while to be fighting.
And sometimes aircrafts.
And Erastus is very right to say that. When he is miles away, he can hear heavy mining equipment too. So it's not an activity that you can hide somewhere.
It's not something clandestine.
Exactly.
That you cannot. In fact, we said, when did we deploy the drones? You do not necessarily have to see an aircraft and join the drones on the ground to see that it's happening.
No.
And in any case, today, if you want to know what bodies are being polluted, government can download Google Earth free. It will show you. You can see the office, whichever ministry you are in. It's that procurement thinking. Even when you can't fight and win the fight, you are still engaged in abusing our resources.
You see, the Ofen River, I remember very well, the Chichere part, we even put the cameras on the people. Do you know what they told me? We put the cameras on the people and then they said, oh, Chaka Enkosi shape. Yes, the body said, and then they told me, they gave me a piece of advice. They said, Fisikabra na yenye, Fisikabra.
So come and invest in it.
I should come and invest in the Galamsey. Then I said, police said, oh, they just ignored. And the machines, it's not like it's hiding, it's in the water. and the people cross the river every day, like 20 times or 30 times when they just want to cross. That is, it's not like people are hiding. It's like something that is hidden and covered. Then they would no. It is so brazen, you can see.
And I mean, circumstantially, one can conclude obviously that these are individuals who, one, know that the system is very weak.
Yeah.
Number two, they know that they are in bed with the system.
Yeah. But there's some protection.
They have some
Without
protection.
that protection, that bold statement,
you cannot make that
should be
statement.
hiding to do what I'm saying.
So Ramon, the question remains that whose presidency is on the line right now? What has become of that?
Yeah.
Well, the man who put his presidency on the line.
Because the best way to only understand it is that he was saying that, okay, maybe people will get annoyed that he's fighting it and they'll vote him out.
Yes.
So how is his presidency?
But they're not annoyed. They're still doing it.
No.
They voted for him anyways.
Yeah. In fact,
he won the election. Yeah. So I mean, it's clear that the presidency was really not on the line.
No, it's never been on the line.
A lot more messages here. I'll be reading some of them too. Ezra, our repentance, selfish and greedy people will destroy this country. We watch the future of a whole country destroyed by the few in the name of the party in power. God will judge us all. And Bartholomew says, kindly ask Morelia Duka. I don't know.
Mekuduka.
Oh, the minister, the deputy minister.
Yeah.
Can we believe that?
The man was virtually crying.
Yeah. Imagine, he has given up. The man who is leading the fight, who is praying every day, so many thousands of CDs to go and lead the fight, has given up. He just doesn't get how it is happening.
And when they got there, the people
hold on. This is the Republic of Ghana. For every district, there's a DCE.
Yeah.
There's a district, if there's a mining area, there's a district mining officer whose responsibility is to ensure that the right mining is happening there. There's a police station, a police command. You cannot tell me that all these steps exist and chiefs are there, and yet we can't get Galamsey being dealt with. Yes, Erasmus, I want to hear you.
Raymond,
yeah.
You're talking about Mrekuduka being what? Sad?
Yes.
But the man comes from Dumpim. He's a royal at Dumpim.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And ask him what is happening in the Patahon forest.
His hometown.
Ask him. Yeah, what is happening in the Patahon forest? Is he aware?
His own hometown.
He's going around arresting people somewhere.
He should be arresting his own people.
He comes from and he goes every day. In the forest, they are destroying the forest. They are there right now. They are destroying the forest.
Can you believe this?
No,
yeah,
I think...
You see, yesterday...
Because if for nothing at all, charity begins at home. Ideally, the best example you can set is that if it's happening anywhere in the world, it should not happen where me, minister,
he left Dumpim and went to Ofen to go and catch the people.
It's almost like a scam. It's almost like you are meant to believe it will work. We are doing something. Like we have started the talk right now. In the next 2 weeks, you see how government will be flying and all over the place, introducing new policies and bringing in military, giving them fat budgets and pushing them down into the rivers and whichever way.
And the president
then they will send cameras after them.
Yes.
Film them with media people. Go and film it. That you see how they are working out, how the water is now getting better. That they'll show then and now. Every single year we have then and now pictures from water bodies in this country.
Yeah, and the president will come and give a speech and he will come and say, I'm very serious about Galamsey. I am committed to end Galamsey. Government will end Galamsey. These are the headlines that I am reading. I mean, from the presidency.
Okay,
many
now,
of them.
I want to come to Erasmus and ask you this question. You follow them consistently. Will we ever win this fight against Galamsey, at least under this government? Will
no,
we ever?
The answer is a big fat no. If we're going at the pace we're going now and the kind of will we are using right now. You see, yesterday, Benito Usubio, who is a deputy lands minister, came for a program and he was talking about, recovering 800 and something champagne on the river of Fin. And he said he came from that place 5 days ago. I came from that place about 3 days ago. And if you see the Zoom, the drone footage that I brought, look at the number of champagne on the river. So the question I'm asking is, did he really go there? Where are the 800 and whatever champagne that he recovered? Where are they? Which areas on the Ofen River? You see, sometimes we try to make it look as if we are working, but the people who live in these areas, they know if you are working, they should be telling you. You don't even have to blow your own horn. I think that we should stop the hypocrisy if we are not working, we shouldn't be spending the taxpayers' money, on military, sending people there.
Is the point Akable was also making?
But and wasting the taxpayers' money and still destroying the environment. That to me is double standards, smart of double standards.
But can we,
waste of taxpayers'
can we
money.
truly give up? Because it's the future of this country you're wasting. Water resources, and you have heard the projections, right? It's becoming more expensive to treat the current water resources we have. We do not have limitless water resources in the country. At some point, we have to make a decision whether or not we are going to import water because we have wasted and destroyed all the water resources in the country. How much does Galamsey cost that it should cost the lives of our people and the future of our people? We are not building a better economy. We are not building any infrastructure. The water resource that we came to meet, that you are just protecting. You're not supposed to do any extraordinary thing.
But the people who are actually destroying the water, they can import water and drink. They can actually buy all the
I mean, a lot of those people don't actually, these utilities, this water issue that is going up, a lot of them don't pay.
They don't pay. Yes. I mean,
it's interesting too.
And if you pick, I was just looking at the Ghana Water Company, a recent press conference there.
Yeah.
I was just reading the challenges. They said illegal mining, water resources, stability levels have gone up, so cost of
high production cost.
I mean, you can go way back to 2017, and they were raising the same issues.
Yeah.
So this is why I think that
it's the clearest indication that this fight we have failed.
Has failed completely. Completely.
At least we'd have said that, oh, it has improved.
And so we have to get to the level where we need to understand how we are going to enforce the pledge.
Yeah. The pledge on putting your presidency on the line.
So I think we should challenge the
president. Has only 2 years left.
Yeah.
There's very little he has on the line as we speak.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what can you do now?
No, I think we should challenge the president to come forward again. This time around, not to come and tell us that he will end Galamsey, but to come and tell us that Galamsey should end in 3 months or 6 months, else I resign. That is what the president.
Politicians, think at this stage you say that.
That is what we expect.
They don't make those promises.
That is the reason why.
The only time you can get that confidence from them is when they are contested. Yeah. When they are in the position to beg you. But now that the man is in the second term, that is barely 2 years to end it.
Yeah. That is the only way we will trust. We will trust anything he says, because for now, anything that the president. Because now, seriously, personally, I have lost confidence. Now, anytime, the only reason why I listen to the president is because of my work. Because I'm a journalist and I have to listen to what he says and everything and then be aware of. But imagine I'm out of the media. I'm not sure I'd be listening to the president. I would be annoyed anytime the president speaks, because many of the things he says, they don't come to pass.
1 to 10, if you are grading the president's one. Erastus, before you go, I need you to give me your own grade for the president. If you mark our fight against corruption alone, 1 to 10.
You mean Galamsey?
Yeah, yes. Fight against Galamsey, did I say corruption? Yes, fight against Galamsey, 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest.
Well, after going around almost 6 rivers in my upcoming documentary, I'll give him 2. 2
out of 10. Gentlemen, yes. What are your scores?
0.5.
0.5. I didn't even put 0, but you gave 0.
0.5.
Yes.
I mean, I want to go out of the scale and put -2.
-2.
Yes, we've sunk money.
Because we've wasted resources.
A
lot of resources.
And the Ghana Water Company,
we're quoting millions of cedis as the amount of money we are wasted in our quest to fight something we are totally failed at.
If we didn't set
up, if it's not causing financial loss to the state,
I don't know what it is.
Or compounding the current state, what else could it be?
No, and see, that is how things are done now. Now, when you want to do something, what do? You create a very fanciful name like Galamstop, interministerial
task force against illegal multi-sectorial community mining scheme.
Exactly, and then you just put a very nice name to it, nice ring to it, and then you bring people together. Bringing people together, press conference, you organize journalists and tell them, hey Charlie, this is what we are going to do. So you just give the soldiers some few coins and tell them go into, and then at some time you allow your own people, you tell them exactly what they should do. Don't go to this area, allow our people to work, because things have to, we have to pretend as if we are working. That is pretend that something is happening. At the end of the day, nothing happens.
I'm taking last words now, but this is the country that decided that Aisha Wan should return to her country.
Yeah.
Even though we have prosecuted the woman for engaging in very
you remember the senior minister's justification, which eventually government effectively distanced itself.
Yeah. The man was saying that it's diplomatic relations.
Yeah.
And that's why. So basically, we are saying that Galamsey is so much threatening our future, but because of the diplomatic relations we have with China, we surely would want to return one of their own and put our own, if we even have done so, in prison, prosecute our own. get people to face the law in Ghana, what happened to the so-called 3,000 or so that we say were arrested who were non-Ghanaians? How would anybody take your word serious? How would, and let's not pretend. It's politicians, it's the big people. No poor man in this country can buy champagne or excavator. So if we really want to fight this particular issue, it has to go to the top and has to go to deep, to the people with the deep pockets who are running political parties.
When Otumfuo wanted to talk, they told him that.
Yeah, they
you remember
for him. Yes,
he said they had given him. They don't even want the man to even talk about the problem. They said they had given him a speech. I said, no. But mommy, we said, but I said no, because he has to speak the truth.
Yeah,
there are people in the room.
They didn't listen to him because they didn't agree with what he said, and so the people in the room left the room and continued, and we've seen the results today. Well, that's what final words. Yes, Jojo. I should not.
You know, that same time, that Aisha time, if you remember, Magufuli was not dead by then; he was alive.
Yeah.
That same town, they went to poaching elephants to take the task. It's also from China. You were also from China. Those people were arrested. This should tell you how serious a country is. Because Magufuli said, no, I'm not going to allow you to come and kill my animals and then take the task of the elephants away. But we package Aishawan and then we send them away. So this actually tells us how serious our government is.
So collectively, what we have said today is that forget about the economy. If there's any area this government, the President of the Republic of Ghana, has done the opposite of putting his presidency on the line, it's the area of the fight against Galamsey. If there's any area that he has failed woefully, at least as we speak today, is the area of the fight.
So if we ask he himself to mark himself, I'll be surprised if he gives himself even the 2 that Jojo gave.
No, I just 0.5. Yes.
I doubt you even get the 0.5.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on State of Play. Let's make next week for another edition.